Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hoopers Only TV, powered by WebWeeklyLive.com. Paul Bowe alongside Jim Webb. Jim, District 4 semifinals. It doesn't get any better than that. Who is going to punch their ticket tonight for that final game against Wellsboro? I believe it's going to be on Saturday. Loyalsock at 24-1, taking on the Central Columbia Blue Jackets at 17-6.
And again, Paul, great to be with you. There's nothing like playoff basketball action in the state of Pennsylvania.
Absolutely.
And these two teams have met a couple times, and you have the results there. Tell me about the first couple meetings.
Well, the first meeting down in Loyalsock, it was all Lancers. As you say, Lancer Lightning, 74-42 victory for the Lancers. It was never really close. Maybe the first couple minutes, they were feeling each other out. Loyalsock went on a huge run in the second quarter and never looked back. A 32-point win for the Lancers. Now, when they went to Central Columbia, it was a little bit different down there. A tough game. Derek Coombe, the leading scorer for the Blue Jays, had a lot of trouble that game being guarded by Connor Watkins and Gerald Ross, but the Blue Jays shot remarkable that first half. They held the game close, but in the fourth quarter, it was all Lancers. They held on for a 71-61 victory, a 10-point game, which was much closer most of the game. Jim, let's talk a little bit about the Loyalsock Lancers and their leading scorer, Gerald Ross.
Well, Gerald's obviously a two-sport all-state athlete, wide receiver, shooting guard, could play point guard if needed, but just a tremendous athlete. Had a great career for Loyalsock and would love to wrap it up with a district title and then hopefully a good run in the state tournament.
Absolutely. Gerald can do it all from outside or inside, but let's talk a little bit about outside. Two sharpshooters for the Lancers. Aiden Gare, 69 three-pointers for the year, shooting almost 40%. And Anthony Pastore, you don't think of him much as a three-point shooter. He's shooting 46% from behind the arc. That's lights out, Jim.
Yeah, Aiden Gare is a flat-out scorer and sniper. I mean, once he steps in the gym, he's in range, and he'll let it fly. He's got a scorer's conscience, so even if he didn't make the last shot, the next one's going in. Even if he missed the five before, the next one's going in. Anthony Pastore has been the engine that has made the Lancers go this year. Done a great job playing unselfish basketball, handling the ball, distributing the ball, and his defense has been outstanding. Anthony also can put the ball in the hole. Senior night, we saw him go for 30 points against Midwest, so he can score also.
Absolutely, and that game down in Central Columbia, I know I've told you this off the air, the MVP of that game was Bam Brema. He had double-digit points, and he was the powerhouse down low. They could not stop him. Jared Verse, number 23 for Central Columbia, got in foul trouble early, and fouled out of that game. Bam was unstoppable in the paint.
Bam's a tremendous athlete. Going to the University of Pittsburgh, we always say, to play football. Just getting his legs under him in basketball. He's never really played a lot of basketball to the last couple of years. Seems to get better and better every game, and that's what the Lancers are going to need in the state tournament. Him to keep developing, to be able to make foul shots, and to be the athlete he is. Loyalsock usually doesn't have a true big man. With Bam in there, they have a true big man.
He's definitely an X factor, and how can we forget number 4, Connor Watkins, Villanova recruit, all-state football player, quarterback. He leads this team in almost every statistical category that doesn't show up on the box score. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, total rebounds. He leads the team in assists. He plays a forward, and he's leading the team in assists. Connor could do everything.
And they score, the Lancers score on quality points, and I believe he's still the quality points leader for the team.
He is, absolutely.
Which he doesn't score 20 a game. He throws in about double figures, 10. To lead the team in quality points, not being a big scorer, that says that he's doing all the other things. Again, a three-sport athlete. He's good on the baseball field, excellent on the basketball court, but his true gift is in football, and he's going to be playing quarterback at Villanova University.
Okay, Jim, I'm going to put you on the spot. Your CI, what's your key to the game?
Well, CI, the key to the game is simple. The Lancers want to come out and be disruptive and play good defense. Limit them to typical basketball. Playoff basketball always begins with defense, and especially against Central Columbia, because they've had a habit of being able to hold Loyalsock close over the years. But what CI wants is good man-to-man defense in the half court. He hopes to get something out of the full court press, and he wants to limit him to one shot at the basket, which every coach wants to do.
Absolutely. I'm going to play Coach Chris Snyder a little bit for Central Columbia. My key to the game will be number 24, Dominic Coombs, 6'3", senior. leading scorer on that Blue Jays team, averaging almost 20 points a game. It's going to be interesting to see how Connor Watkins matches up with him, or if they switch and let Gerald Ross cover him. But don't forget, super sophomore, 6-foot guard, number 2, Eli Morrison. He could drain the ball from downtown. He kept them close in that second game. That's our keys to the games. We got the starting lineups coming up next. What I suggest you to do, go to the refrigerator, get something cold to drink, perhaps even a snack. The game is coming up next. Paul Bowe, Jim Webb will take you every step of the way. We'll be right back.
We're here, Hoopers Only TV on the East Coast. LA, of course, some of the top former NBA players with their kids coming up. We've got everybody from B.J. Armstrong, Scottie Pippen, giving tips to young kids learning the game. The East Coast, West Coast getting bigger every day, and college coaches getting a chance to see some of the greatest players in high school hoops and the young kids coming up to that level. HoopersOnlyTV.com. You're watching tonight. Wiggins. Baseline turnaround, banks and hits. 12, jumper, Pastore uses the glass 1,000. So, yeah, you're right.
Wins 1,000.
And Pastore answers in the other end. You got Ross, jumper, deep 3. Shovels, Watkins, pretty play.
It's a game changer, baby!
Looking for things to do in Williamsport? We have it all at Chaos Fun Zone. Come watch the game, bring the kids, or plan your next night out at Chaos. With Scores Bar and Grill serving up amazing food with a rotating selection of craft beer on tap, Liberty Lanes featuring 12 bowling lanes beside the Level Up Arcade with Scream's Ice Cream Bar, Golf Simulator, Fly World, and Laser Quest, the area's only laser tag experience, there really is something for everyone at Chaos Fun Zone in Williamsport. Crazy fun for everyone.
Hi, Fred Carter here, former NBA player, NBA coach, ESPN, NBA TV. Been through basketball, but Hoopers Only is something special because it gives an opportunity now for the kids to be seen, to be visualized, to know. It also gives the opportunity for college coaches to see the great players for high school, the great players for college, and some can even get to the pros. Hoopers Only, the best thing coming.
Looking for a unique, high-energy restaurant for your next date night? You have to come to Ichiban for exquisite fresh sushi and our full-service bar. Interact with our chefs during the exciting hibachi experience or reserve a table in our lounge for a more intimate atmosphere. Bring your date to Ichiban. Delicious food, modern ambiance, entertaining hibachi show, and a friendly, helpful waitstaff are just a few things you'll discover at Ichiban, located at 1800 East 3rd Street in Williamsport. For more than 57 years, Park Pizza on Memorial Ave is Williamsport's tradition in pizza. Whether you like it plain or with all the toppings, Park Pizza has your pie. Along with amazing pizza, Park serves up incredible stromboli and regular and boneless wings. Park Pizza opens daily at 4. Dine in, take out, or have it delivered. Call 570-322-9024 for the unmistakable taste of Park Pizza. 1701 Memorial Ave in Williamsport. Looking for things to do in Williamsport? We have it all at Chaos Fun Zone. Come watch the game.
All right, we are back here at Shamokin High School. Starting lineups being introduced first for the Central Columbia Blue Jays. 17-6 on the season for Coach Chris Snyder. Jim, I failed to mention it in the open. Central is returning all starters from last season.
Central's a good ball team. They'll want to get up and down. That's different for Central with Loyalsock. Usually they want to slow the game down and turn it into a possession ball game. They have the athletes this year. They won't mind getting up and down.
Now Loyalsock being introduced. Gerald Ross, 6'2", senior, averaging 18 points a game.
Aiden Gare, the sniper. Aiden can flat out shoot it, and he'll get it up early and often.
Watkins, a little bit of Mr. Everything for CI's Lancers.
Bam inside. He's going to mix it up.
Jim, I'm excited for this game. This should be a great contest here. Lancers #1 seed here in District 4. Good crowd on hand here for a Wednesday evening. And we're set to get underway, Jim, very shortly.
And again, the first 2 minutes of the ball game, Central needs to get off to a good start. The Lancers have a way of getting after teams early and building a double-digit lead. Central, very key to the game is how they come out here and play.
Central Columbia with the navy blue jerseys on head to toe. Navy blue with a white stripe down the sides. They have silver letters on the front that says Jays. They have silver numerals, Loyalsock in their home whites, Lancers written across the chest in the Columbia blue, the maroon accented stripe right down the side. We're set for the opening tip-off here from Shamokin in this District 4 semifinal. Bam will be jumping against Jared Verse.
Two good athletes.
And the trip is controlled by the Blue Jays. Trey Devlin leads the ball up court. Left-handed dribble across the timeline, switches to the right hand. Over to Morrison. Morrison on the right wing, extended back to Dominic Coombe at the top of the key. Swings it back over to Devlin. Here comes the screen by Verse. Tried a little backdoor, nothing there. Loyalsock wasn't fooled on it. Devlin controlling the ball. Pass on the block. Verse kicks it back out. That's Xander Bradley. Good rejection by Gerald Ross.
Gerald Ross does a good job negating the inside shot with the block, but I believe Anthony Pastore stepped on the baseline and the ball will go back over to the Central Columbia Blue Jays.
Devlin will inbound it.
Loyalsock's in the traditional man.
Trying to free up Morrison there. Good defense by Pastore.
5 second
call. Good defense by the Lancers. Anthony Pastore on that one. They were looking for Eli Morrison popping up for a three-pointer, and Anthony stayed right with him, Jim.
Here we come, Aiden Gare. Right wing three-pointer on its way. A little bit short.
No good. Rebounded by Coombe. Here come the Blue Jays. Dominic Coombe.
And I told you Aiden would come out fire, and he sure did.
Over the corner to Morrison. Back to Coombe. Being guarded by Bam. Good move by CI. Putting a taller man on Coombe. He has to shoot over to 6'5 Brema.
Good help by
baseline. Good help. Here come the Lancers in transition. On a fast break. That's Aiden Gare. Up and rattles around. No good. Kept arrived by Jared Verse for the Blue Jays.
Aiden in on the doorstep, needs to convert that bunny, but again, early in the game.
Verse over to Dominic Coombe. Coombe in the corner to Devlin. Devlin drives baseline. Pastore keeps shuffling his feet. Off balance shot, no good. Tipped around, rebounded. 3 Lancers underneath. Here comes Gerald Ross. Up ahead to Pastore. Pastore, nice move, left-handed move, and a block by Jared Verse.
Looked like there was contact down below there. No call by the official. Definitely got the ball, but it looked like he got him body.
Both teams trying to take the ball to the rack early, perhaps to set up, Jim, that physical presence underneath.
Typical playoff basketball game. Usually they start out a little slow and scoring's at a premium in the beginning until the teams settle in.
There's Devlin, tries to drive, off-balance shot, no good. Rebounded by Ross behind his back. Lancers looking to run. They got a 3-on-2 break if they want it. Now back to 4. Ross, mid-range jumper, no good, short, and rebounded by Xander Bradley.
And this is where Central's a little different this year. They're looking to run the ball out and get an easy basket on the Lancers.
Kick over to Morrison, back to Coombe. 3-ball on the way, no good, short. Rebounded by Verse. Nobody got their hands up. Verse up and in, and there's your first 2 of the game. Jared Verse lays it up and in, the 6'5 senior. And 2-0 Central.
Anthony Pastore up top over to Aiden Gare. Gerald Ross, right wing extended into Connor Watkins in the post. Lancers looking to get a good shot here, Paul.
Absolutely, definitely need one. Back over to Bam at the top of the key, setting it back up. Over on the left wing to Pastore. Pastore over to Connor Watkins. Swings it to Aiden Gare. Nice drop down step underneath. Up and in. Connor Watkins at the doorstep, Jim. That is vintage Connor Watkins. He's made his living all season there.
Lancers right in the press. Now they're going to try to create a little havoc.
Morrison up to Devlin. Devlin on the left wing. Almost a steal by Ross. Good defense by the Lancers.
Gerald's been everywhere already in the beginning of the ball game. I think he has 3 rebounds already. He's out in the passing lane. He's very, very active. His scoring will come.
5 minutes and 5 seconds to go. First period. We are deadlocked here at 2. District 4 semifinal from Shamokin High School. Pass down low to Verse.
That was
That's
a
definitely a
travel.
walk there.
Yep.
Good defense by Connor Watkins.
And again, look at the Lancers to push it up, even though we got a turnover. Look to bring it up the sideline here. Anthony will settle into their offense. Gerald Ross, right wing. Connor up top at the top of the circle.
Another.
Okay.
I didn't agree with that one. I don't know, Jim. What did you see?
I think the refs need to put the whistles away and let the kids play basketball. I don't like this about officials. You get into playoff basketball and things start changing. They haven't called walks or turning the ball over all year, and we got 2 in back-to-back possessions. That's what I think.
Devlin up ahead to Morrison. Swing pass over to Xander Bradley. Xander now going to run the point a little bit. Back over to Devlin. A lot of motion on this Blue Jay offense. Loyalsock staying right with them.
They're trying to get a rub off a pick. Right there, they got it, an easy basket.
Boom underneath, up and in. Right hand up and in.
Central Columbia, well coached, has a great screen game, and they look for easy baskets off the roll, and they got one there.
Pastore up ahead to Gerald Ross. Bradley, the best defensive player on the team for the Blue Jays, guarding
Aiden
Gerald
Gare
Ross.
on the way, little short. 1 shot for the Lancers. Central, good job with the rebound.
Here comes Devlin. Devlin trying to get that ball to the corner to Xander.
Again, Gerald Ross being very active early, got his hand in the passing lane.
Little sloppy, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, 4-2. Teams feeling each other out. It's like a big game fight,
Yep.
prize fighter. Nobody wants to make that first crucial mistake.
Good defense
There.
on the inbounds. Bam Bremen with the steal back to Gerald. Gerald on the run out. Anthony right wing, pump fake. Brings it back out to Gerald. They'll set the offense, Paul.
I think they're going to look for a real good shot here, Jim. Good look at the basket. There it is right there. Over to Bremen. Bremen down low. Jump hook. No good. Tipped around by Gare. Comes to Jared Verse again with another rebound.
Jared Verse is playing very well in there.
And
Bam needs to find him and get a body on him on the both ends. Well, now he's not matched up with him. We got Connor on him.
And Dylan Harris looking to check in here for the Blue Jays. First substitution of the game. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Morrison to the basket. No good. Lost it. Good defense. Couldn't see who got a hand in there, if that was Connor or not.
Gerald Ross got a hand in and batted it off the Blue Jay offensive player to turn it over.
Dylan Harris now checking into the ball game. 5'11" sophomore guard.
Now what are the refs discussing?
Here we go. Pastore with the ball.
Look for the Lancers to get the ball inside here to Connor Watkins again.
Over to Ross. Ross back to Connor, being guarded closely by Verse. Back to Bam. Swings it over left wing to Pastore. Back over to Connor. Corner to Gare.
This is exactly what Central Columbia wants, though. Good man-to-man defense. They're running clock. We got a 4-2 game under 3 minutes in the first quarter.
Bam, nice move.
Beautiful.
Up and under. Bam Bremer. Game tied at 4.
Lancers into the press. That's a game Bam didn't have 6 months ago. He looked good inside going to the basket there.
Absolutely. Coombs swings it over to Devlin. Devlin on the left wing. Back to the top of the key, now dribbles out. Over to the right hand, swings it over to Morrison. Eli Morrison, only a sophomore, 3-point shooter for the Blue Jays. Nice pass underneath. Verse on the doorstep, up and in. Jared Verse again. Not much contested there, Jim.
Off to a great start. Somebody lost their man off a pick and screen there, and again, they get an open look.
Like I said earlier, Jim, a lot of movement on the Central offense. They're cutting in and out of the lanes.
Anthony, right wing, over to Connor. Aiden Gare lets it go. Little long. Lancers off in their long-range shooting here. Again, don't die by the 3. They need to start taking the ball inside a little more. Don't just settle for a 3.
Devlin running one-hander in the lane, no good. Rebound, who else? Jared Verse again keeps it alive for the Blue Jays. Back out to Coombe. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Very low-scoring 6-4 game. And like you said, Jim, this favors Central Columbia to keep the game low.
And Verse is doing a great job inside there with good drive to the basket.
Up and in. Trey Devlin gets the roll. 8-4 Central Columbia.
Lancers the other way. Gerald Ross, right wing, between the legs, step back, looking to create some space. Connor Watkins out with the pick, back to Anthony. They'll set it up top.
Very good defense so far in this first quarter by Central Columbia.
Connor Watkins with the screen. Gerald coming off to the baseline side. Maneuvers, foul line jumper on its way.
Oh,
Bang.
good. Nice mid-range jumper by Gerald Ross.
Again, that's what they need from Gerald. Get the offensive game going here. The Lancers are a little stagnant early.
Dylan Harris with the ball. Over to Devlin. Devlin's going to take some time. Coombe moving around here has been very quiet so far in this first quarter. Morrison down low to first. That's definitely a walk.
Somebody needs to find 23.
3 ball on the way. Dylan Harris, no good. Bam, scrapes the boards. Under a minute to go, first quarter.
Anthony up court to Gerald. Gerald right wing extended. Looks to go baseline. He's cut off by Devlin. Inside pass, Connor Watkins, baseline spin.
Went for the drop step. He pushed him right onto the ground. No call.
Aiden Gare's going to go strong, pull up, short, little teardrop it in.
And that shot's there, Jim, the whole first quarter.
And that's what they need to do, get the ball to the basket. Don't live on by the 3.
Lancers with that press now. Up to Coombe. 17 seconds. Oh, Bam put that in the second row. Big swat by Bam Brema on Dominic Coombe.
Bam's an athlete. Long arms, long legs. Like I told you before, if I had a body like his, I wouldn't wear clothes.
Oh, thank God you don't. Devlin inbound over to Jared Verse.
Again, they got to find Verse here. He's been a stud here. Somebody needs to find him, D him up, deny, and get a body on him on the rebounding end.
And I'll tell you what, at first quarter here, 5 seconds, clock running. Morrison drives, kicks it back out. Good defense by Pastore. 1.7 seconds to go. We're tied at 8. What are we seeing here, Jim?
Well, we're going to see, again, Central Columbia is a very disciplined, well-coached team. They're going to try to rub somebody off for a shot. Don't be surprised if they get an easy look there on the baseline, and there it goes.
No good. We've played one here in Shamokin. 8s are wild. We'll take a break. We'll be back with period number 2.
We play hockey, fast man.
I run track. I'm the 2-time fastest 110-meter hurdler for class of 2021. Fastmaz.com.
Looking for things to do in Williamsport? We have it all at Chaos Fun Zone. Come watch the game, bring the kids, or plan your next night out at Chaos. With Scores Bar and Grill serving up amazing food with a rotating selection of craft beer on tap, Liberty Lanes featuring 12 bowling lanes beside the Level Up Arcade with Scream's Ice Cream Bar, Golf Simulator, Fly World, and Laser Quest, the area's only laser tag experience, there really is something for everyone at Chaos Fun Zone in Williamsport. Crazy fun for everyone. Looking for a unique, high-energy restaurant for your next date night? You have to come to Ichiban for exquisite fresh sushi.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jim, 8s are wild here. We've played one. I know you want to talk about some wrestling coming up this weekend.
Cable Sports Productions, Gary Chrisman, they're going to have the Northern Regionals at Williamsport High School Friday and Saturday on live.
Sounds good. Second period underway. Pastore with the ball, dish to Bam. Bam on the block. Bodying him around. No calls here. No fouls so far through one, Jim.
Well, I think there were fouls. They just didn't put them up.
Might have been. The board says none, so we'll go with the board. Here's a turnover. Lancers defense there. Pastore up ahead to Ross.
Oh, good
and there's
job.
one right there. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Good job getting into the left hand. Gerald going strong to the basket. Lancers looking to run out a little, get the offense going.
Ross will be at the line shooting 2. 73% foul shooter for the year, Jim.
Gerald's solid, and we got an 8-8 ball game. Typical playoff basketball, Paul. District playoff, state tournament, always the first quarters are usually low scoring.
First one up and no good. Rattles around the rim and out.
Definitely wants to make this one. That gets the Lancers into the press and gets some pressure on the Blue Jays.
Lancer student section really loud. Ross, second one up and good. And here comes that press, Jim, as you said.
We got Connor up top. We have Anthony and Gerald as the jump men on the wings. Good job by the
Blue. Right there.
Good turnover. Pastore up. Gerald Ross right wing. Back to Aiden Gare. Aiden Gare strong to the basket.
Well, there's definitely Traveling violation there, Jim. I don't know if these guys eat at Griggs at all, but.
Well, again, I mean, a different officiating crew, different area will give them the benefit of the doubt, Paul. But again, they've been very lenient with the traveling and the turning the ball over this season, and now they're going tight here on the kids. Not that that wasn't a walk. The Blue Jays bring it up. Devlin up top. Dominic Coombe.
Over to Dylan Harris back in
Good
time.
move.
Cool, nice move. Shake and bake, no good. Ball rattled out. Gerald Ross came down with it again. Here come the Lancers. 2-on-4 break. Ross strong to the hole, no call. Connor Watkins underneath.
Digs it out. Watkins to Bam. Bam's going to go up strong. He gets slapped.
Over to Aiden Gare. 3-ball on the way, no good. They're letting them play, Jim, I can tell you that.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe there is only one foul so far. They have one foul up. So they've called 5 travels and 1 foul.
Dylan Harris with the ball across the timeline over to Dominic Coombe.
Coombe had a beautiful 360 move and just didn't convert the bunny last time down.
Coombe is an athlete. He's really good there.
Oh, boy. They double team, but Anthony Pastore, great job with the help defense. Run out. Aiden Gare left wing up strong. Misses the bunny. Lancers need to hustle back. They basically have a 5-on-3.
Harris for 3 from the corner, drains it. Dylan Harris, he can shoot the rock if he gets in that corner. Had a wide open look, Jim.
Good
and
job
the
of
Blue
moving
Jays
the ball
lead
and
by
finding
2.
him. Good job by the Blue Jays finding him. Anthony up. Here we go, down in the corner in the post. Over to Bam, up strong, right-handed in. Great job interior passing. Connor to Bam. Bam puts it in.
That shot is there all night long. That little 3-foot jump shot. They just got to keep doing it.
Lancers back in the press. There's another steal by Bam. Bam's going to go strong to the basket. Reverse layup, way off. Good thought by Bam.
Devlin with the ball. We are tied here at 11. Playoff basketball at its finest. Paul Bowe, Jim Webb bringing it for you.
There we go. Aiden Gare steps in the passing lane. Steal, he has Gerald Cutton. He's going to keep it himself all the way in right hand, and good. That's what Aiden needs to do. Aiden needs to play downhill and get to the basket.
13-11 Lancers lead by 2.
Again, the press is, they've gotten a couple turnovers out of the press.
Devlin up ahead to Coombe. Coombe being guarded by Bam. Here comes the double team. Back out to Bradley. Harris again for 3. That's good. That's the second 3-ball from Dylan Harris.
Dylan Harris looks really comfortable on the baseline stroking that. Anthony Pastore up, strong to the basket. Bad pass, turnover. Out comes Coombe with the ball. Lancers double team in the backcourt.
Harris over to Bradley, inside.
Devlin works open.
Oh, nice block.
Rejection by Bam Bremen. Bam gets in the passing lane, slaps it away. We got a little scrum, and we'll
Rugby
time up.
scrum, and we'll jump it here.
Oh, they're getting physical down in there. I like that. Ref's going to talk to both teams here. We know Bam gets a little excited in there, and obviously the Blue Jay player did too.
4:32 to go before the half. 14-13. Central leads here.
Well, low-scoring game definitely benefits the Blue Jays. And again, they have the athletes to run with Loyalsock. However, they'll take a grinder out 30-28 game if it ends up that way.
Coombe will inbound under his own basket.
Oh, what a play. Well coached, way developed.
That's Dylan Harris. We were told earlier by the gentleman sitting to your right, he's very
Reese Watkins came in the game and lost his man.
16-13, Central leads. Pastore behind the arc. Back to Bam.
Reese came in, gave Aiden Gare a little blow here.
Over to Gerald Ross.
Inside to Bam.
One-on-one Bam. He's not going to be able to stay with him. Hard off the glass, no good. Swings it back to Ross.
Getting that guy, Connor Watkins, finding the loose ball. Gerald Ross off the Bam screen. Bang. Gerald Ross is very consistent. If I'm the Lancers right now, I might ride that horse. I might just try to create as many opportunities for him as I can on those short jump shots coming off screens.
Gerald has 5 on the ball on the night. 16-15. Blue Jays lead.
Again, 21's open in the corner. Cross-court pass. Fakes on Anthony. Up with a short jumper.
Dylan Harris is on fire. Coming into the game off the bench. He has 10 for the Blue Jays. 18-15 Blue Jays lead.
Again, you can't lose a guy that's just beat you with 3 jumpers prior. That's just terrible defense.
Back
Good
door
cut.
cut. Reese Watkins at the doorstep, up and in. Good to see Reese back.
Good cut by Reese. I believe that was Bam that found him, right?
Yes, Bam, yep.
We had the assist to Bam Bream, a good cut by Reese.
Back out to Coombe. On the right wing, over to Devlin. Cutter, nobody stepping up there. Verse down. Good block by Bam.
Oh.
Verse isn't happy. Ross on the breakaway. And one, and count it, Jim.
Wow. Talking about an athletic play. Bam went up. It looks like Verse was going to try to dunk the basketball. He went up and said, not on my watch. Turned into a run out. Gerald Ross goes to the left hand, glides in, and gets fouled in the basket. Lancers needed that to not only to take the lead, but to create a little excitement and energy here. Take back the momentum.
They were kind of flat, and that was all set up with that Bam block.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Ross on the break, up and in now to complete the three-point play.
And again, two great athletes going at it at the rim. You don't get to see that all the time.
Now, most of the games we saw this year, Bam had no one to match his size. Ross's foul shot up and rattles in.
The iron was kind for Gerald there. We got a 2-point Lancer lead. They're back in the press.
20.
Connor in the point, Gerald left wing, Anthony at right wing. Aiden Gare came back in.
20-18, and there's that Lancer press creating the turnover, Jim. 2:50 to go before the half. Lancers lead by 2.
Again, what people forget about a press, you're not always looking to create the steal and a layup. You're looking to put pressure on, force the team to make a mistake, and that's what Central did right there.
And this is very similar to game number 2 down in Central. Central hung around for the whole first 3 quarters, shot the ball very well as they're doing tonight.
Well, Central's a good basketball team.
Very athletic.
A good move by Bam. Can't get the bunny to go. Good job going to the basket, though.
You're seeing Bam every game, Jim, more and more confidence.
Develop.
At the beginning of the year, he wouldn't have taken that shot. He would have dished it off.
Devlin drives in, short jumper on its way.
Got the roll.
You have to find him. He is a good basketball player.
Trey Devlin, also the quarterback on this Central Columbia football team.
I like those guys that play football, basketball, do multiple sports. Just toughens them up. I mean, Devlin's the real deal.
And he's the quarterback on the basketball team already. Also running the point. Here's a steal by Verse.
Here we
Verse
go.
on the breakaway. Oh, slams it home. Jared Verse with the big dunk. And the faithful here in the Central student section are going wild. He just electrified the crowd. 22-20, Central leads.
Good cut by Gerald Ross. Short on the jumper.
But he
Steals it back. Gerald
with
Ross on the steal, set it up top.
Loyalsock just got to maintain their composure. They haven't played many close games this year.
Good pick by Connor Watkins on the screen. They get it back to him, fake, up and in. Great little pick and roll, Connor Watkins, Gerald Ross. How many times have we seen that on the football field going the other way? Again, the key to Loyalsock here, somebody's got to find 23. He's a stud, and he's wide open underneath. He's going to back out. He's going to go up easy and put it in. They need to find him. They need to get a body on him, or Central Columbia's got a great opportunity here to pull an upset. Gerald Ross the other way. Short jump shot. And in.
Answers. Verse has 8. Ross has 10 for the Lancers. Deadlocked at 24. Last minute of play, Jim, in the first half.
Again, the Lancers force another turnover. Didn't steal the ball, force a bad pass, and they get it back.
And like I said, if you're a Blue Jay fan, you have to be ecstatic. They played a really strong first half. If you're a Loyalsock fan, they haven't played so well, but it's still a tie game. 50 seconds to go, clock running. Connor Watkins on the right wing, over to Pastore.
Lancers won't look to hold it for one. They're going to look for the first good shot. It's not in their DNA to hold it for the last shot.
Aiden
Gare
Gare
off all the way to the rack right hand. Misses another bunny. Lancers got to convert their layups. Now Central will hold for the last shot.
They've missed a lot of inside shots.
Different philosophy here. Central's going to pull it out. They're going to hold for the last one. They're either going to go in tied or up 2.
Coombe with the ball. Right wing extended. Back out to Morrison. Clock running. 20 seconds. 19 seconds. Clock ticking. As you said, Jim. One shot for Central. Morrison over to Coombe. Being guarded by Bam. Kicks it over to Morrison in the corner.
Long
Coombe,
three on the way.
Deep three, no good. Rebound again. Underneath, kick back out to Verse, at the horn. Three-pointer on the way. No good. We've played one half here in Shamokin. It's 24-24. We'll be right back with Chris Massey, who's hot at the half.
My addiction started while I was a professional football player. And I thought then that I was doing it for the right reasons. You know, I was medicating injuries in order to stay out on the field. I was doing whatever I thought I needed to do to take care of my family, to be the player that I always wanted to be the player that I was pressured to be as a second-round pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, I was desperate to stay out on that field and not let injuries put me in the training room or sideline me and give somebody else an opportunity to get my position. And I never thought that I would cross that line. I never even thought about it. I always thought I was doing it for the right reasons, and I justified it. And I never thought I would cross that line into full-blown addiction.
Make sure you're there.
Make sure you're there.
Make sure you're there.
We play hockey, fast man.
And I'm back with Doc Massey from the Sun Gazette. Great to see you, Doc.
Yeah, likewise.
Hey, itchy bond, sticky elbow, who's hot at the half? You and I were talking off camera. There's nothing like playoff basketball.
No, it's great, that sense of urgency, and two teams fight. This is what you work for all season to have a game like this. So this is what makes it fun. This is what you work all off season for, and there's a sense of desperation for both teams, too. That's what it's all about.
And you and I feel the same about Central Columbia. Don't sleep on them. They're a very talented team, good athletes.
Well coached, good athletes, and they're playing them for a third time. So I thought it was comical when people were saying this was going to be a blowout. Central played them really tough. It was a 2-point game in the fourth quarter last time. So I'm not surprised. Now, Sock, I don't think has played like they've missed a lot of shots they usually make, but
a lot in on the doorstep you were talking.
Yeah.
A lot of missed bunnies in that first half.
And there was. So, and you wonder if the pressure is getting to them. They haven't been in a whole lot of close games, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond in the second half.
And this is a Central field. They would want to play Loyalsock to a low-scoring game normally, but they have the athletes, the size. They can go up and down with the Lancers this year.
They can. They have, and they've had some turnovers. They've got 11, but Loyalsock's turned it right back over or has missed those chip shots. So if you're Central, you're loving this. You just want to shorten the game, and the more they hang around, the more dangerous they become.
You and I, three things have to happen for an underdog to win. First of all, they got to not turn over the basketball. They got to play a clean game that way. Second of all, they have to limit the possessions of the other team in shots by getting a rebound. Central's done that. And the third thing is they need a little bit of luck, and they had it in the first half.
Yeah, those. How often do you see Loyalsock missing layups?
No.
They missed one on a breakaway. That's just something you never see. And yeah, I think when you're playing a clear favorite, you have to play a really good game, and you have to hope that they're a little off.
Right.
And Central's getting that right now.
So anyway, who's hot at the half? There's not a whole lot of hot action other than the defense being played, but go ahead and give us a rundown on the half, both squads.
Well, Dylan Harris was awesome for Central in the second quarter. He had 10 points. He was 4 for 4 from the field, 2 threes, and
yeah, he was hot.
And
he looked so comfortable.
Oh yeah, I think he's a rhythm streak shooter, and once he like Aiden Gare is, once he gets one in, the others seem to flow, and he hit them at key times when I thought Sock was getting ready to maybe go on a run. And
I saw the same thing, and you and I always look for those. There's key moments in every game, and he seemed to be the answer when it looked like Loyalsock might pull away a little bit.
Yeah, that was huge for them. And Gerald Ross with 8 points in the second quarter, 10 overall. He had some big shots to kind of stem the tide a little bit when Central did have the crowd into it and had taken the leads. He had some good answers there. Bam Bremer's not scoring a lot. He's missed a lot of shots, but he's been a big defensive factor. 3 block shots, 2 steals. So that's what he does. It's nice that he's more aggressive now offensively, but at the same time, if I'm Loyalsock, I don't want him shooting the ball 7 times in the first half.
Well,
I'd rather him pick his spots.
We want Bam to be aggressive if you're Loyalsock, but maybe that was a little bit too much.
Yeah. I think when you want to get him involved inside and take some pressure off, but at the same time, you want Ross and Gare and Connor Watkins and guys like that, I think, shooting the ball the most for you.
And we've talked about it in the past with teams. We saw Danville basically shoot themselves out of the game against Montoursville in the Heartland Conference semifinal. And the danger teams run that like to shoot the 3 is you got to play downhill. When they're not going in, when you're struggling, you got to play downhill, get to the rack, get short jumpers. that's where I'd like to see Gerald Ross get more touches and more shots here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I agree. And, I mean, they're 0 for 4 from 3. And they did it against Mount Carmel. They were 4 for 17 from 3 in the first half. And I think they kind of got away from that and started attacking more in the second half. And that's when they kind of erupted. So, yeah, I mean, don't pass up a wide open 3, but at the same time, I think they've got to work the offense a little better and not just take the first 3 that comes open, try to work for a better shot.
And how about rebounding? 23, Gerald Verse was all over the floor there.
Yeah, he had 6 in the first quarter, but that's all I've got him for now.
Okay.
I might have missed one in the second quarter, but
that's okay.
So there actually hasn't been a lot of rebounds. The most Gerald has 3, Connor Watkins has 2, but
not been a lot of shots.
No, there's been some turnovers and stuff like that. So not a lot of stat stuffers right now.
All right, well, thanks, Doc Massey. Hopefully we get – you were here for the early game. Give me a recap quick of the early game. The Loyalsock girls getting a big win over East Juliana, moving on to the district final. Loyalsock's looking for the doubleheader at Montoursville, both teams playing for titles.
Yeah, that'd be – I mean, selfishly it'd be fun for me because I wouldn't have to travel far, and they'd be all-area matchups if that happened. But they're going to have to play a good second half. The girls look great. They won easy. It was 61-24. Everybody played well. And Cassie G's becoming a real weapon off the bench. She had a career-high 17 tonight.
Oh, wow. Career-high
15 in the first round. So that's just giving defense to somebody else to worry about now.
And the Lancers are coming back out, and that will be soon followed by the Blue Jays. So we better send you on your way, and we'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Thanks, Doc Massey.
My pleasure.
My addiction started while I was a professional football player. And I thought then that I was doing it for the right reasons. You know, I was medicating injuries in order to stay out on the field. I was doing whatever I thought I needed to do to take care of my family, to be the player that I always wanted to be the player that I was pressured to be as a second-round pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, you know, I was desperate to stay out on that field and not let injuries put me in the training room or sideline me and give somebody else an opportunity to get my position. And I never thought that I would cross that line. I never even thought about it. You know, I always thought I was doing it for the right reasons, and I justified it. And I never thought I would cross that line into full-blown addiction.
Make sure you're there.
Make sure you're there.
Make sure you're there.
We play hockey. Fast man.
I run track. I'm the 2-time fastest 110-meter hurdler for class of 2021. Fastmaz.com.
For more than 57 years, Park Pizza on Memorial Ave is Williamsport's tradition in pizza. Whether you like it plain or with all the toppings, Park Pizza has your pie. Along with amazing pizza, Park serves up incredible stromboli and regular and boneless wings. Park Pizza opens daily at 4. Dine in, take out, or have it delivered. Call 570-322-9024 for the unmistakable taste of Park Pizza. 1701 Memorial Ave in Williamsport.
We're here, Hoopers Only TV on the East Coast. LA, of course, some of the top former NBA players with their kids coming up.
We are back here at Shamokin High School Gym, deadlocked at 24. Hoopers Only TV, webweeklylive.com. Jim, the first half, we talked about it a little bit off air. Loyalsock has got to finish those little shots at the basket there. They missed a lot.
Definitely. They had a better second quarter in the first quarter. I think they only had 4 points at the end of the first quarter. It was low. Got a little better in the flow in the second.
8-8 it was. 8-8.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 8-8.
You're right.
What they need to do now in the second half is they need to play downhill. Don't rely on the threes. Get to the basket. Get Gerald off screens. Get Anthony going with the left hand and try to get to the 10 and create some easy baskets. On the defensive end, they got to find Jared Verse. He's been living in the paint. They need to find him, get a body on him, keep him out of there, And other than that, the big score for them came off the bench in the first half.
Dylan Harris.
I mean, I don't believe he'll be on the floor to start.
He will not be, but I'll tell you what about Jared Verse. He had 8 points all in the paint. A big thunderous dunk that electrified the student section here. But Loyalsock, like a good boxer, they counter-punched their way out, and we're still tied at 24 starting the third quarter. Who wants to go to that District 4 final on Saturday? Will it be the Lancers? Will it be the Blue Jays? Lancers with the ball, moving from left to right on
Good
your
cut
screen.
by Gerald. Bam missed him. Has Connor in the paint. Connor, little turn step back out to Anthony Pastore. He'll bring it back and set it up. Good defense by the Blue Jays. Aiden Gare on the left wing.
And these two teams have played twice.
Good job
as we
there
said.
by Jared Verse, overplaying the ball, denying. Gerald Ross gets it top of the circle.
Back out to Ross at the point. Over to the right wing to Pastore. Looking for a good shot here. Out to Connor. Bam, good position inside, but nothing there. Pastore led Morrison right into him there. Back over to the left wing, Pastore drives, baseline, kicks it back over to Ross. Over to Connor, nice head fake. Nothing doing, good defense by the Blue Jays.
Good defense all the way around.
Good pass by Bam underneath. Ross reverses, got too far under, no good, but he got his own rebound. Turns around, 3-ball on the way, he's fouled. He'll shoot 3, Jim, from the line.
Xander Bradley got out and just got a little too close to him, fouled him on a 3-point opportunity. Blue Jays would have secured the rebound. This could be huge for the Lancers that were basically a minute possession and came up empty, but they're going to get bailed out with 3 foul shots.
And Xander Bradley, the top defensive player for this Blue Jays team, committing the foul. Ross, kudos to Gerald Ross for staying with that, though. Missed the easy one underneath. Well, not even easy, up underneath, but he stayed with it, went back, popped the 3, and got fouled.
Well, again, Central's athleticism. Kuhn came off the screen around his man and blocked Gerald's shot. Normally there wouldn't be anybody there. But Gerald knocks the first one down, gives the Lancers a 25-24 lead.
Second one is also good by Ross. I believe Gerald is the only person to shoot foul shots tonight for the Lancers.
That's correct.
12 points on the night, looking to make it 13. And there's the Baker's dozen, Jim.
Yeah, three banger there for Gerald from the foul line. That's huge to start the second half when it looked like Central had turned the possession. Lancers are dropping back in a half-court trap now. Same theory. They want to create a trap. Bad. Again, Jared Verse is open. Good job by Gerald Ross.
Here comes that Lancer lighting, being guarded by Xander Bradley quickly. Over to Pastore. Pastore, nice spin move up and in.
There's Pastore. There's that left hand I'm talking about getting to the 10. Good job by Central getting a timeout. Lancers on a little 5-0 run. Start the third quarter, Paul.
29-24, Lancers lead. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Looking for a unique, high-energy restaurant for your next date night? You have to come to Ichiban for exquisite fresh sushi and our full-service bar. Interact with our chefs during the exciting hibachi experience or reserve a table in our lounge for a more intimate atmosphere. Bring your date to Ichiban. Delicious food, modern ambiance, entertaining hibachi show, and a friendly, helpful waitstaff are just a few things you'll discover at Ichiban, located at 1800 East 3rd Street in Williamsport. Looking for things to do in Williamsport? We have it all at Chaos Fun Zone. Come watch the game, bring the kids, or plan your next night out at Chaos. With scores...
And we're back here, Central inbound, Lancers in a full-court press. Liam Bream up on the ball, on the point guard. There you don't see that very often. A guy going to pit to pay DN, guarding the point guard of the other team in Devlin.
Very good defense by Anthony Pastore. I was just going to say, Eli Morrison did not take a shot the whole first half. There's his first one up and in. Excellent defense.
Turnover by the Lancers. Here we go the other way. Out to Bradley, up and in.
Timeout. Chris Snyder called the timeout. Did well. Lancers back only up by 1 now. Lead down to 1. 6 minutes to go. Third quarter. Gerald Ross with the ball across the timeline for the Lancers. Over to Aiden Gare on the right wing. Back to Connor at the top of the key. Swings it over to Ross. Ross with his back to the basket. Gare, turnaround 3.
Bang.
That's good. That's Aiden Gare.
Aiden Gare comes off the screen, ready to shoot, receives the pass, and it's up and in. Big shot for the Lancers. Back in their press.
Aiden Gare has 7 on the night First three-pointer by Aiden Gare. He has 69 of them. Jim, make it 70
Good
for
block
the
by
year.
Gerald Ross. Anthony Pastore in the run out, looking to go strong to the basket, left hand up and in, miss. Scrum for the ball. They're going to get Bam over the back. Good call.
Good call on that one. A little too physical on that. Ball was loose for a while.
Hey, this game's a lot of fun. They're getting up and down. We couldn't ask for a more athletic semifinal than this in District 4.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Central's very athletic. I noticed that the 2 times that we saw them play prior. A lot of football players, like you said, a lot of 2-sport athletes. You got to be good to play 2 and 3 sports these days.
Absolutely. It's becoming a generation of specialization. And Jared Verse down in that baseline, up strong and in. They got to get a body on him.
Maybe you're right what you suggested. Maybe Bam goes down and guards Verse. Switch it up a little bit.
Aiden Gare, right wing, back to Connor up top. Anthony Pastore, right wing, comes off the screen, foul line extended all the way to the basket, left hand up and in. Great job by Anthony using that left hand.
You said it, these teams still haven't figured out that he's left-handed. Anthony's starting to heat up.
Yeah, he's going to graduate, and they're not going to have that figured out, Paul.
34-30, Lancers lead almost midway through
good
this
drive.
third quarter. Bradley a little too far underneath, poked ahead, up ahead. That's Pastore on the break, up and in.
Way to get it out ahead. Good job by the Lancer defense. Little run out now. Largest lead of the game, 6 points for the Lancers.
6-point lead for Loyalsock. Here's that full court press. Up ahead to Morrison. Morrison dribbling the ball, sophomore, 6-foot sophomore guard. Devlin fills the lane, jumper, no good, good block.
And
I believe that was Gerald Ross.
That was, they do have Bam on the big fella inside now. Do you want to slide over?
4 minutes, 13 seconds to go, third quarter. 6-point lead for Loyalsock. Jim, what are we seeing so far in this third quarter?
Well, Loyalsock got bailed out first possession, got the 3 foul shots, went on a little run. Central got the timeout, came back, evened it up, but here we go the other way again. The key to Central is surviving this third quarter. If they can turn for home 8 points and under, they got a shot.
Devlin will inbound over to Coombe. Coombe only 2 points on the game, leading scorer
Here
for
we
this
go.
team. Harris first underneath, up and in once again.
Great job by Harris finding him. Easy layup. They got to get a body on him. Do not leave him. He's killing you. 12
points all within the paint for Jared Verse, 6'5" senior.
Except the 2 that came down from the top on the dunk, right?
That's it. There's Pastore, 3-ball on the way.
Bang!
That's good.
Anthony Pastore, big 3-pointer for the Lancers, takes it out to a 7-point lead.
Anthony shooting 45% from behind the arc for the year.
And again, Aiden Gares now is on the big fella. Aiden should not leave him for any. Right
Nice
into the
move.
basket.
Dylan Harris.
Harris has been, he's been like Vinnie Johnson, the old microwave of the Pistons days.
Oh, the microwave.
Good pass, Connor Watkins, blocked away. Verse gets even for Bam blocking that dunk in the first half.
Here comes Devlin, right to the basket, strong, off the glass and in, 39-36. Blue Jays won't go away.
4-point swing there on the great block and then going the other way by Devlin. Gerald Ross right wing into Bam at the high post. Bam over to Anthony Pastore, right wing extended, looking to take the 3 into the paint, short jumper, pulls it back out to Bam. Bam's going to go hard, up strong.
Use the board.
Good job. Oh.
We got a foul underneath, I believe, on Coombe.
I think that was little Anthony working his way in like he does underneath that little net.
Well, I'll tell you what, Anthony did not have a point the first half. He has 9 here.
Anthony's a very good rebounder. He's the kind of guy you don't like to play against because even though he's small, he gets in underneath you and he gets inside and gets boards and he creates an opportunity here for 2 foul shots. Makes the first, Paul.
64% foul shooter for the year. Pastore team up to 64% also. We know the first couple of games, Jim, we did, they were not shooting very well in the free throw department, and they've been really on a good tear on it lately.
Got them both. Good job by Anthony Pastore. Second chance points and converts the foul shots.
5-point lead for the Lancers.
Over the years, foul shots have been an Achilles heel for the Lancers, and they're going to go as far as they go here the rest of the season by converting their foul shots and getting the ball to the basket.
Devlin with the ball behind his back, between his legs, being guarded closely by Gerald Ross. Coombe drives down low.
Oh.
No good. Ross over the back right there. And
Again.
I think they switched it up, Jim, this time on the court. I think Connor was guarding Jared Verse. Maybe putting a little physical body on him.
Yeah, Coombe, good athlete, got to the rim, missed an easy basket. Probably averaged out now. Central's missed him, Loyalsock. Anthony Pastore up to Aiden, right wing extended. Into Bam, high post, over to Anthony, right wing. Little drive to the basket, back to Bam. Right elbow, back to Connor Watkins. Aiden Gare, left side.
Got Connor down low. Bam stopped there. He had that hole. He stopped. Three-pointer on the way. Pastore, long three. No good, and we got another push underneath. That's going to be...
They're going to call that on Coombe. Coombe, they're going to call, had the arm bar on Bam down below.
That might be his third foul. I can't see there. No, second foul. Excuse me. Second foul.
I don't think they've called enough fouls to have anybody in foul. But I like that. I don't think they've called enough to have anybody in foul trouble. Anthony off the inbounds play into the Bam. Bam gets the touch back to Aiden up top, three-pointer on the way.
That's good. You can count that. Gare starting to heat up. 44-36, and just like that, Lancers up by 8. Devlin with the ball. On the right side.
We got Connor Watkins on the big fella who just set a
pick
moving
right
screen.
there.
Yeah, that was obvious. Gets his own rebound. He's going to get fouled, and he's going to get a three-point opportunity. You can see that playing out, Paul.
Absolutely. They missed the call up top there. Moving pick by number 23, Jared Verse.
They never missed one of those in 3 years with my son, Hunter Webb. Anytime he'd come up and lay that block on somebody,
he was
they
too
got
big, that's why.
Well, Jared Verse, he's a pretty good size.
But Connor was
fella.
wide. He was the wide body. Excellent leading rebounder last year for this team.
That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I did a few games. Verse on the line, trying to complete the three-point play and does not. Ball rattles around the rim and out. 44-38, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Connor Watkins with the ball. Pastore's been on fire this quarter, 11 points, all in the third.
Wow, here's something you don't. Loyalsock's going to spread him out here. Gerald Ross going to come off the Bam Brema screen. Or not. There we go. Little isolation. Back out to Aiden Gare. Out at half court, extended. Aiden on the drive all the way in right hand.
He can take it there. Misses.
He needs to not fade away. Go to the basket with that.
Go strong to the hole. They're starting to call the fouls now.
Oh, we got a good scrum. We got. And again, I tip my hat to Bam. We know Bam has a little temper. We won't talk about that. But Coombe got in, basically got him in a headlock there from where I see it. No call.
That was a takedown for 2 points.
So here's what we got to do. We got to do the old drill where you roll the ball to two players. We got to leave Coombe and Bam battle it out on the.
Hey, in the spirit of wrestling, you got wrestling coming this weekend.
Yeah, Gary Chrisman, Rennie Rode Arnold Jr., they're going to be bringing you the wrestling from Williamsport High School. Regional action Friday and Saturday will be live. Cablesports.com, webweekly.com, Facebook.
I couldn't give you a better lead-in than that for that,
that was
wrestling
perfect.
scrum.
Aiden Gare off the screen, short jumper on the way.
From the foul line, rattles in and out, rebounded by number 22. That's Garrett Carter coming back from injury. And now into the game for the Blue Jays. Over to Devlin. Devlin swings the ball to Coombe. Over to Dylan Harris. They got to put a body on him. He's been killing them from the outside. 12 points on the night.
Harris is only a sophomore, by the way. So that's the future of Central basketball there.
Over to Devlin in the corner. 39 seconds to go. Clock running here. Garrett, we got a timeout? What do we got here? Timeout on the floor by Central. Are they going to call a 30 or are they taking a full, Jim?
I didn't see it, but back to where we're at here. Remember I said if they get to the home stretch down 8, and I'm sure that's what they're thinking. They're down 6 right now. They're going to hold the ball for the last shot. The worst they're going to be is 6 for the home stretch. Hopefully they get it down to 4 or 3 going to the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Loyalsock this quarter has belonged to Anthony Pastore, 11 points. Gerald Ross got this quarter going with those bonus threes, I'll call them, on that foul.
Well, Anthony Pastore is just he's the little engine that can. When he gets going hard to the basket with that left hand, he can weave in and out, and he gets opportunities to either get a shot at the basket, or get fouled. And again, not many fouls been called in the game. That's good. I like to let him play. One thing that we'll do is we should get everybody on the field down the stretch, court.
Looking at the board there, Coombe does have 3 fouls. They just put it up there now. He has 3 fouls for the Blue Jays, so that's very big going into that final quarter. Just 2 points for the leading scorer for the Blue Jays.
You got good eyes.
I don't know about that, but I could spot a 3 ball.
So here we go, Central inbound here. Again, the only way they might take a quick shot if they get a rub off and an easy layup. Other than that, I think they're going to bring it back out. They're going to look to hold it for 1.
All right, Devlin will inbound under his own basket. Over to Morrison.
They're giving a big fella a rest here the last 33 seconds, too, which is a good coaching move.
Ross went for the steal on Devlin. Devlin with the ball. Double team over, swings it cross court to Morrison.
Somebody should have got that one.
Blue Jays, 18 seconds to go, clock running. Morrison between his legs, passed out, he threw it away, and Loyalsock will have the final possession, Jim.
Worst thing could have happened to Central. They don't get the last shot, they turn it over, give the Lancers 12-point now.
Defensive specialist Xander Bradley now coming in for the Blue Jays. 12.9 seconds to go, 44-38 Loyalsock.
And again, the 6'5 senior Jared Verse is on the bench, get him some air here, getting him a little rest heading down the stretch, but yeah, honestly, I don't know if that was the best thing to do there, the way they've been getting the ball inside.
And, Jim, I'll tell you one thing I did notice, not one substitution all night so far for Loyalsock.
Well, they went early. They had a couple subs early, but they haven't since the end of the first quarter.
Gare with the ball on the left wing. Bam. Top of the key. 5 seconds. In low to Connor. Connor dishes down. Gare reverse. No good. Tipped by Ross. And we got a foul again with 0.1 second on the clock, Jim. Are we going to have shots? Looks like Ross is going to the line for 2 shots. Huge possession for Loyalsock.
The quarter begins with a bailout and ends with a bailout. The Lancers more or less were heading to the sideline up 6. We get a call on an offensive putback. Gerald will get 2 shots to take it out to 8.
First one up is good. 45-38 Lancers.
And the Lancers have done a great job all year long working the backboard, getting second chance points.
Ross on the line.
Yeah, the only sub the Lancers had was Reese Watkins, came in for a short time.
Right. 46-38.
Largest lead for the Lancers, out to 8.
Central inbound, there's your horn. We've played 3 here in Shamokin. 46-38 Lancers, 22-point quarter for Loyalsock. That's more like Lancer basketball, Jim.
Absolutely. I mean, they did a good job closing out the quarter there, end up with an 8-point lead. But again, 12.9 seconds left. Central had a chance for the last shot, threw it out of bounds. Could have took it down the home stretch either at 4 or 3. That was huge.
All right, we're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back up with the final frame.
For more than 57 years, Park Pizza on Memorial Ave is Williamsport's tradition in pizza. Whether you like it plain or with all the toppings, Park Pizza has your pie. Along with amazing pizza, Park serves up incredible stromboli and regular and boneless wings. Park Pizza opens daily at 4. Dine in, take out, or have it delivered. Call 570-322-9024 for the unmistakable taste of Park Pizza. 1701 Memorial Ave in Williamsport. Looking for things to do in Williamsport? We have it all at Chaos Fun Zone. Come watch the game, bring the kids, or plan your next night out at Chaos. With Scores Bar and Grill serving up amazing food with a rotating selection of craft beer on tap, Liberty Lanes featuring 12 bowling lanes beside the Level Up Arcade with Scream's Ice Cream Bar, Golf Simulator,
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Final frame here, Jim. 46-38, Gerald Ross, 15 points, 8 rebounds for the Lancers, and Anthony Pastor with 11 points. He had none in the first half.
Great third quarter for Anthony and obviously Gerald. Here come the Lancers with the press.
Whoa.
Turnover. Oh, should have been a turnover.
Morrison with the ball on the left wing. Kicks it over to, I believe that's Bradley, and we're going to get a blocking foul on Pastore.
And Coombe trying to get it going. He's been held, I believe, to 2 points tonight.
Yeah,
he was going strong to the basket, looking to get it going. Anthony got under his feet. That's not a bad foul there.
And Bam's been on Coombe the whole night, creating havoc for him. Verse way out on the three-point range. That's not his shot there. Over to Morrison. Eli Morrison, three-point specialist, has not taken the three-pointer tonight. It's been all Dylan Harris from downtown. Morrison over in the left corner.
And Bam's doing a great job with Koeman, obviously, all night long, and that was the Lancers' strategy. It might have hurt him a little down low, but if they hold him under 6 points, I mean.
Yeah, he averages almost 20 a game.
Yeah, he can score.
Shake and bake in there, dishes it back out to Bradley, back out to Verse.
Oh, there's an offensive foul in the push out, no call.
He's not going to push Connor around.
Boy.
It went right around. Connor kind of lost his footing. I don't think he knew where he was.
He's a bull. 23 is a bull.
Verse has 16 tonight.
6-point ball game, Paul, 7 minutes to go.
Anybody's ball game here, District 4 semifinal. You said playoff basketball, just a different animal.
Absolutely. Connor Watkins to the basket, dishes to Bam. Bam up in. Misses the bunny. Gets his own rebound. Great job by Bam. Back out to Aiden Gare, mishandle.
We got to Loyalsock has got to reset there.
Yeah, reload.
Connor's telling him there's a quarterback taking control right there. He's saying slow it down. We're up 6. There's 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go. We don't have to rush. There's a nice pass.
Oh,
but
we got a foul.
He's fouled and he's going to the line. Connor Watkins, senior leadership gym, leading by example there.
Great entry pass. Connor had him pinned on his hip, put it right where only he could get it, and we got a foul in 2 shots. Connor would tell you should have made the layup and had a 3-point play probably. That's Coombs' 4th foul.
4th foul on Coombe. Connor to the line, shooting 2. 60% shooter for the year. And Loyalsock shooting very well from the foul line tonight.
Yeoman at the line.
Yeoman's work. 5 points for Connor Watkins on the scoreboard. But
what I really noticed when I look at Connor as opposed to a couple years back, he's really, good job by Gerald keeping it alive. Really worked on his body and really has a strong body.
Yeah, 6'4". Doesn't look that tall, but he is.
Devlin right wing baseline jumper, no good. Right there's Connor Watkins clearing it out. Lancers on the run. Gerald Ross will take it to the middle. Gerald Ross, Aiden Garrett goes right. Tried to reverse it, and there's that man, Jared Verse.
I'll tell you what, Loyalsock is getting every loose ball here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely 50-50 balls are going their way right now.
In the first half, they didn't at all. That story with the ball, little one-on-one. Verse all over him. No call. Connor sticks the bootay out.
Oh, good spin by Connor. Should have took it all the way, and he does.
And he does. Nice move. Connor Watkins has the last 3 points here for Loyalsock. 9-point lead, Jim.
And again, Lancers can beat you a lot of different ways. Right now, it's Connor Watkins finding his way to the basket.
Over to Coombe. Deep 3 by Coombe. Drains it.
Wow. Right in Bam's mug. I don't think you can play much better defense than that. Coombe lined it up, stroked it, gets him back to 6.
49-43, 30-second timeout.
Let's keep it right here,
We'll
Paul.
keep it here, Jim.
Hey, we couldn't ask for a better basketball game. Playoff atmosphere, both student bodies, loud gym. And what I can tell you is if you're Central Columbia right now, you're happy right where you're at.
Down by 6. Got to play good defense. Loyalsock, even though they're not substituting, they're beating them to the loose ball, which is really surprising me. I know Central Columbia has only gone 2 deep on their bench also, but they're beating them to every single loose ball. 6-point game, a little bit under 6 to go. No reason to panic if you're a Blue Jay fan. You're right where you want to be with this Loyalsock team. You just got to stop the quick outlet passes and stop them running.
And again, Coombe has 4 fouls. He lined up that last 3 and drained it. They need to keep him in here, I believe, down the stretch to create some offense. I mean, obviously, if he's averaging around 20, he can put it in the hole.
Absolutely, and he's having trouble with Bam. Like I said, Bam.
Hey, Bam has good enough feet. He can keep with most everybody. I mean, quick point guards he can't, but everybody else.
6'5", and he has those long spider-like arms that just swings out there. What a defensive presence by Bam Prima at 6'6". Good defense by Bradley.
Well, Bradley almost anticipated there, got an easy steal. Again, 5:28 left. Lancers got to take care of the basketball. Don't settle for the 3. Look to get it inside.
Dylan Harris checking into the ball game. He has been deadly from the outside for the Blue Jays this whole game.
And when I say get it inside, all 5 of the players on the good pass inside. Connor Watkins, Bam.
Man.
Misses the bunny. First on the rebound. Central Columbia will come the other way. 6-point lead for the Lancers.
Morrison over to Harris. Inside the Verse. Connor bodies
nice
up.
Fake.
Nice drop step, and he gets it to roll. 4-point ball game, Jim.
Oh.
Ross wasn't looking. Here's Morrison, 2-on-2 break for the Blue Jays. Morrison trying to go baseline. Good defense, and it'll stay here with the Blue Jays. Good defense. Aiden Garrett getting back in position there.
Great job by Aiden, but had him turned over and lost it, but did a great job for him breaking that up. Lancers need to get their heads about him here. Central's on a little run. Need to focus.
Harris inbounding the ball. Garrett gets a hand on it. 4:53 to go here. 49-45, Lancers by 4.
Well, Coombe lined up the last possession, or 2 possessions ago, hit the 3. Look for him to put his stamp on the game and become more active here.
Dylan
There's
Harris
on the way.
Bang. Drained it. 1-point ball game here. 49-48. Dylan Harris has 15.
Again, a sophomore. He's the future of the Blue Jays. Steps into that 3 and hits. Big possession for the Lancers here, obviously.
6th man off the bench for this Blue Jays team. He's been lights out.
Anthony all the way in, left hand up and in. And there's the answer. A screen up high by Bam. Anthony go all the way in with the left hand.
51-48, 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Devlin put the ball across the timeline, behind his back. A lot of movement on for the Blue Jays. Lancers staying right with them.
They got Bam on the big fella now, which I think is a great move. Let Connor on Coombe, let Bam take the big fella. A lot of pushing and shoving going on.
Yep. Verse just hit the deck there, no call. Devlin with the ball.
Double dribble. Great job by Connor Watkins in the defense. Great job by Bam denying an entry lane inside to Verse.
And they're bumping. I can see they're talking to each other coming up the court. Bam's got to be careful. And Verse just pushed him. And Verse has a temper. We've seen that last game. He had a technical foul.
Well, the big thing, Bam, neither one of these players, the game's still up in the air. They don't want to get tossed out here and sit the next game. That's for
absolutely.
Sure. Anthony brings it up. Right wing. Back to the middle off the Bam screen.
And that was smart by Bam pulling off there because that would have been a moving pick.
Yes.
And they were looking to call that because they're watching him now. He drew attention to himself, him and Verse, and they're both watching him
Gerald
very
Ross
closely.
all the way in. Right hand up and
That's
in.
That's good. You can count that.
Smooth as silk, Gerald Ross.
Poetry in motion.
Again, 5-point Lancer lead here heading down the home stretch. 3:30 to go.
And you can see the Lancer faithful here cheering their team on. Pastore's foaming like a dog from the mouth there, and there's a turnover. That was all Anthony Pastore there.
He's annoying. Like I said, if you're the opposing team, he's just one of those guys. He gets under your dribble level. He's down low to the ground, and he can cause you. When Anthony wants to D him up, he can flat out cause problems for the other team's point guard.
5-point lead, 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Lancers with the ball.
I'd keep the ball right here in Gerald's hand. I would almost create a situation where you allow, when they do, they bring him out, let Gerald create here.
Well, Gerald has 17.
You got plenty of points. The only way this possession should end is in a layup. Oh, wow. And we're going to call that turning the ball over. You know how I love that. Hasn't been called all year, and you call it in the last 3.5 minutes of a district semifinal.
All right, here we go. 5-point lead, 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Eli Morrison will take the ball up.
Huge possession for the Blue Jays here.
Morrison with the ball being guarded closely.
There's another moving screen.
By Pastore. Here comes the double team in the corner. Swings it over to Devlin. Into the corner for Harris.
Wow. Step
Free
back
ball on
three.
the way. No good. That's long.
Wow.
Rebounded by Pastore. Smallest guy in the court, Jim.
Yes, Anthony, great job. We got a timeout, Lancers.
We got a timeout, 30-second timeout,
okay,
Jim.
so here's my take on
We're
officiating.
staying here.
You're going to call turning the ball over and that kind of stuff, and you are allowing guys to come up and set moving screens that are big men. I mean, I think you got to have priorities as an official, and I think that moving screen's more dangerous to an opposing player than somebody turning the ball over.
We'll see these three down at Griggs tomorrow morning. We'll let them have it.
I don't know about that, but I like the way they leave them play, but I just don't like that play. I think that, and again, they called plenty of those on my son over the years, and honestly, most of the time they were right calling. He was setting he was like a fullback leading the pitch play.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. And like I said, they were watching Verse and Bam smart there. What the last play? Pulled back, didn't want to get called for the moving screen, and they would have called it because he was looking right at
They
him.
were just waiting.
Absolutely.
But hey, here we got a 5-point game, 2:45 to go. Loyalsock basketball, huge possession. What they want to do, they have plenty of points to win. The only way you shoot a ball is if you get an uncontested layup. Right now, they should hang on to the basketball, run clock, and only settle for an open layup.
And the possession arrow favoring Loyalsock also. 2:39 to go, clock running.
Eventually, Shamokin's going to have to foul him and put him at the foul line.
Over to Pastore. Gare, baseline. Kicks it out to Bam. Got to kick it back to Ross. Ross, good head fake. Swings it over in low.
Inside
Nice
Connor
pass.
Watkins. And there we go. Great possession. Gerald Ross finds Connor layup. 7-point Lancer lead.
2:18 to go. Central has got to hit every single shot basically all the rest of the way here.
Inside of the big fella. Don't foul him.
Verse up and in.
Have yourself a night, Jared Verse.
He has 20, leads all scorers in the game. Ross, three ball on the way. That's no good. Long.
That's a terrible shot.
Yep, tipped away. Here comes Eli Morrison. Morrison wants to pull back. Swings it back to the top to Jared Verse. We're under 2 minutes to go.
Again, the Lancers could have held the ball. Central would have had to foul him. Instead, they heave a three. And now we got the big fella going up strong. And he walked. What's the call?
They called a foul on that.
We had a travel before the shot. We're going to put the big fella at the line.
Looks like we had a foul. I didn't see who fouled him, Jim.
I didn't see a foul. I saw it. They called it on Ross.
I didn't see anyone near him, but first on the line, first one up, no good.
Big miss.
Loyalsock's got to box out on this. They got to get the ball, take some time off the clock. You said it, Jim. They have enough points to win. They don't have to be fancy. Let Central foul you.
You hit the nail on the head. It starts with the box out here. Somebody has to get the shooter. He knows where the ball's gone, and the big fella's going to try to lumber in there and find it.
Ross just called he has the shooter, and he did.
And he puts it in. So 4-point game, 1 minute 44 left. Ball in Gerald Ross's hands. Lancers looking to hold on and advance to the district final.
I'd give the ball to Ross or give it to Garrett, the two best foul shooters on the team. Garrett shooting 85%, Ross at 73.
I trust Anthony Pastore too. He might, I think he's about 60%, but down the stretch he makes them. Turnover.
Devlin with the ball in traffic, kicks it back out to Morrison. Morrison with the ball.
I'm surprised Central isn't getting a timeout.
They got one right there,
There
Jim.
we go.
You called it. We got a timeout. They're taking a full timeout. We'll take a break. 55-51. Loyalsock, 1 minute and 13 to go. We'll be right back.
We're here, Hoopers Only TV on the East Coast. LA, of course, some of the top former NBA players with their kids coming up. We've got everybody from B.J. Armstrong, Scottie Pippen, giving tips to young kids learning the game. The East Coast, West Coast getting bigger every day, and college coaches getting a chance to see some of the greatest players in high school hoops and the young kids coming up to that level. HoopersOnlyTV.com. You're watching tonight. Wiggins. Baseline turnaround, banks and hits. 12 jumper. Pastore uses the glass 1,000. So yeah, you're right.
Wins 1,000.
And Pastore answers in the other end. You got Ross, jumper, deep three. Shoveled.
We are back here in Shamokin, 55-51. Paul Bowe, Jim Webb, District 4 semifinal. Jim, we've seen a great one.
Been a great game, Paul. Loyalsock hasn't played their best game of the year. Central hasn't got a lot of points out of their leading scorer, but it's been different players contributing. And Jared Verse, I believe, has 21 now.
Verse has 21, correct.
The Lancers here. Now, here's the key. Don't foul them and put them on the line. Play good defense. However, if they get a wide open layup, then you foul them and put them on the line.
Clock is your friend. 2-point possession.
The Lancers have fouls to give.
4-point lead. 2-possession game, excuse me. Oh, Morrison missed everything there.
Don't know if that's who you wanted shooting in that situation.
And like I said, Eli Morrison, their 3-point specialist, has only 2 points tonight. Kudos to the defense. Connor Watkins will inbound.
That possession would have went to the big fella inside and worked from him back out to Harris and Coombe if I would have drawn that up.
All right, Ross.
Lancers have enough points again to win. Their next shot should come from the foul line.
Ross with the ball, swings it back over to Gerald Ross, 47 seconds to go, clock running. Pastore, and there's your foul, Jim. Anthony going to the line, shooting almost 65%. I like our chances with Anthony on the line.
I like Anthony. He might shoot 65% now. I'd like to know what he is down the stretch in games.
Well,
He's just one of those gutty kids. I'd be surprised if he doesn't bury them both. Well, did I just jinx him? I hope not.
Hey, we have all kind of stats in the world from Kim. Maybe we have to get her to get finals last 2 minutes there. She does a great job on the stats.
Kimmy Massetti for the Lancers. Been with the program a long time. Does a lot of little things to help make the Lancers better. And has the best stats in the world. And I did jinx him.
Ball tipped around. Connor, what was it? Central with the ball. Oh, Pastore got the ball, and he stepped out of bounds. Ball will go to Central. 39.4 seconds to go.
If I'm Loyalsock, I get out of the press here. You have enough points to win. I get back out
Jeff's
of the
telling him to get
I
back.
think that's what he's trying to tell him. I don't create a situation. Out of the press, they can get an easier shot at the basket.
Up to Eli Morrison. Morrison across the timeline. Dribbles 2 defenders. Morrison swings it to Verse. Oh, nice play.
Wow. And that's exactly what I was trying to say, Paul. I saw Jeff Everett was up, assistant coach, trying to get him back. You have him much more spread out in the press. Get back and defend the basket.
55-53. Verse at the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Jared Verse having a ball game tonight. He has 23. leads all scorers. 32 seconds to go. Still a lot of time, Jim.
And you have a foul to give in the one-on-one before you get to the two-shot bonus. So if I'm Central Columbia, I don't let much time go off without fouling and putting somebody at the line.
That's short. Rebounded by Watkins. Over to Ross. Ross dribbling through defenders, and there's the foul.
Yeah, but I don't foul that guy.
Gerald Ross, 73% for the year tonight. I believe he only missed one shot tonight from the foul line. I could be wrong.
I'm not saying anything. I feel bad I jinxed Anthony the last time at the foul line, so Gerald's on his own.
Ross on the line, 28 seconds to go, 55-53. Loyalsock looking to punch their ticket to Saturday's championship. First one up and good. That was ice in the veins, Jim.
That hit nothing but the floor when it came through the bottom of the net.
Now this is a huge shot here to make it a two-possession game. With 28 ticks left, Ross has 18 on the night.
Again, if I'm the Lancers, get back and defend the half court.
That's good. 2-point possession. CI wants a timeout to think about it here. We're going to stay right here. Is he taking a full one or a 30?
I missed
30
it.
seconds.
30 second
30 second
timeout. We'll stay right here. Again, the Lancers, I would be surprised if they don't come out defending the basket in the half court, that they're still in the press. And I think that's what they're going to do, is get on that same page. And they're going to explain the options. So right now, Jeff and CI are going over the options with the players. Number one is they have fouls to give. Do not give up a shooting foul unless it's a layup. But you can give a foul away from the basket. You're only at 5, and you can run a little clock by doing that.
Not foul on the three-pointer shot either.
Yeah. And the next thing is that I'm sure it was talked about as help defense. If somebody gets beat, somebody better be stepping in. They are coming out in the press, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, Central has to score every possession here this last 28 seconds and hope that Loyalsock misses from the foul line. 28 seconds to go. If Central misses, they're going to be tough. Loyalsock's going to be tough to catch from here. Devlin's going to inbound the ball.
Loyalsock's in a full court man, a different look.
Look, there's another push by Verse. Just pushed Bam right under the chin. And now to Connor Watkins, we're going to put a little bit of a cooler head down there.
The Lancers change up the press. They're in a full court man look now.
Here we go, Devlin with the ball. 26 seconds to go. 25. Up ahead to Coombe. Coombe being guarded by Gare. He's taking that shot up and in.
Great drive by Coombe. We have a timeout by the Central Columbia Blue Jays. 2-point game, 16.9 seconds to go. Coombe, your leader, 20 points per game. I believe he's your senior also.
He got 7 now.
There was never a doubt where that shot was going.
16.9 seconds to go.
And I believe he's going to pitch where at? St. John's?
St. John's, he's a pitcher, yep. He'll be playing for the Red Storm, I believe they're called now, right?
Yeah, we got to be politically correct, Paul.
Yeah, no more red men.
So anyways, great ball game. Now, 2-shot foul. So any foul, the Lancers are going to take 2 shots, not a one-on-one. But if I'm Central, I extend the game as long as I can. As soon as Loyalsock gets it in, if we don't steal it, I foul him.
Yeah, go for the steal, then a quick foul. 16.9 seconds to go. Great ball game here. I said it 3 times, and I'll say it again. Gotta love doing games like this, Jim.
There's just something special. PIAA, you get to district playoffs and then on to states. It's just a magical time of year. And the other thing you learn is anything can happen.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen it some in the other districts, some upsets.
In this game, if Loyalsock survives this, I got to think win or lose, they'll win and they'll advance on. But this is a kind of game that can make Loyalsock battle tough, tested, heading into districts and then states, district final.
And they got 2 guys on Gerald Ross. Bradley, the best defensive player, and Verse.
They're trying to get Lancers. They were trying to get them to get it into Bam. They didn't go. Oh, they get a steal. Central gets a steal, digs it out.
Let it say down low.
Oh, throws it away. We're going to go the other way.
A lot of contact, Jim, there.
Wow.
9 seconds to go. They let them play on that one. There was a lot of banging around.
Wow.
Looked like the crash-up derby there at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds.
Again, Central should have maybe got the ball back out. They had plenty of time, but it's end a game like that, it's hectic. Lancers need to inbound it. Smart. Your quarterback, Connor Watkins, gets a timeout. Let's get some order here if you're Loyalsock. Come up with a good inbounds play. Again, Central's got a foul right away. We thought they'd do it that time, but they got the steal off the inbound. They're going to foul and put the Lancers at the line.
8.7 seconds to go. Lancers with the ball.
Unless if they create another steal off the inbounds, what they did last time.
Well, there was a lot of banging around on that. Let the bodies hit the floor, as they say.
Good lead in for Gary Chrisman again.
Absolutely. Speaking of bodies hitting the floor this weekend.
Rennie Rodarmel Jr., Eric Steinbacher will call all the wrestling action regionals from Williamsport High School Friday and Saturday. You can find it at cablesportsproduction.com. You can find it at Webb Weekly Live. You can find it on Facebook. Heck, everybody knows Gary. Just Google Gary and you'll find wrestling.
Yeah, just Google Gary Chrisman, icon in the business.
So, anyway, we got a great ball game. We got a 2-point game. Basically, what the Lancers need to do is get the ball in bounce. They're going to get fouled and then make a couple foul shots, and in the end of the day, be a good test to prepare them for their next challenge.
If they can hit their foul shots. Here, let's see who we're going to put on the ball. Devlin's going to be on Watkins. Right to Gare. There's a quick foul by Dylan Harrison. Once again, first just pushed Bam again.
So the Lancers baited him there. Aiden Gare's the best foul shooter, right?
Do you want me to say his percentage? Because I don't want to jinx him, but he's 85%.
Let's not say it. But the Lancers basically went away from Gerald but got it to their best foul shooter percentage-wise.
They'll be shooting 2, correct?
Yes. Yep, they're in the bonus. Double bonus.
Yep. 10 team fouls. Gare, first one up and good. Never a doubt on that one, Jim. 3-point lead.
Aiden Gare, ice water in his veins. Scorer's mentality.
And they're going to back off the line here now. If Gare hits this one, no fouls.
That's 11 for Aiden on the night.
Let them work down the court. Second one is
number
good.
12, nothing but nylon. The Lancers are going to survive.
7 seconds, clock ticking. Morrison across the timeline, being guarded by Pistori. They still have a foul to give if they want it. Coombe, long 3 on the way.
Oh my gosh, he's going to call that. That's a terrible foul call.
0.4 seconds to go.
Again, the Lancers should have backed off. They're going to hold on and win the game. Coombe did what you need to do. Try to draw it, throw it up, see if it goes in, get a 4-point play.
59-55.
Let's think strategy here. So what he has to do is he needs to make the first 2.
And then miss.
Intentionally miss the third, and they need to get a tip back in. And they have time for a tip, 0.4.
Yeah. I think CI's going to put them guys back in the...
Oh, absolutely.
Just to avoid that tip. Someone's got to box the shooter out.
So this is huge. He needs to make the second one.
And missed it after that. And there is time, 0.4 seconds.
Then you need to do a little that 21 game that you used to play on the playground. Maybe miss it and get your own rebound.
Second one good, 59-57.
So now they're going to intentionally miss the foul shot. You got the big fella. Well, let's watch Bam and the big fella. This ought to be interesting down low what happens on this shot.
Bam's got to box him out. And there's a violation right there.
Yep.
He leaned over. Good call.
Definitely. Didn't give himself an opportunity. Definitely the shooter was over the line. He has to wait till it hits the rim.
I think it's on Loyalsock. I think he's calling it on Pastore crossing the arc.
Wow, that must have happened. Obviously the shooter crossed the line before the ball got to the rim, but they're saying Pastore crossed the arc. So again, we're back to the same scenario. He's going to intentionally miss. We got action inside with the Jared and Bam. We got Coombe going to go strong to the basket. The Lancers got to come up with a rebound or tip the ball out. That clock shouldn't have started.
Should not have started, but Loyalsock got the rebound.
That doesn't start until it's touched. I don't know if this is going to stand. Let's watch the officials. Yep. That scores table, that shouldn't have started until the ball was touched. The officials are making their way off. The Lancers will hold on 59-57.
They started when the ball hit the rim. It's a final score here in Shamokin, 59-57. Lancers prevail. We'll be right back with some final stats. We'll talk about Saturday a little bit, Jim. We're going to close it out. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back to close it out.
We're here, Hoopers Only TV on the East Coast. LA, of course, some of the top former NBA players with their kids coming up. We've got everybody from B.J. Armstrong, Scottie Pippen, giving tips to young kids learning the game. The East Coast, West Coast getting bigger every day, and college coaches getting a chance to see some of the greatest players in high school hoops and the young kids coming up to that level. HoopersOnlyTV.com. You're watching tonight. Wiggins Baseline turnaround, banks and hits. 12 jumper. Pastore uses the glass 1,000. So yeah, you're right.
Wins 1,000.
And Pastore answers in the other end. You got Ross, jumper, deep three. Shovels, Watkins, pretty play.
My addiction started while I was a professional football player, and I thought then that I was doing it for the right reasons. You know, I was medicating injuries in order to stay out on the field. I was doing whatever I thought I needed to do to take care of my family, to be the player that I always wanted to be the player that I was pressured to be as a second-round pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, you know, I was desperate to stay out on that field and not let injuries put me in the training room or sideline me and give somebody else an opportunity to get my position. And I never thought that I would cross that line. I never even thought about it.
We're back here, Paul Bowe, Jim Webb here at Shamokin. Jim.
Let's put a bow in this one, Paul.
Let's put a bow, no pun intended. 59-57, Loyalsock prevails. You kept saying it all night. They want to be battle-tested. They're going to be tested again.
Well, CI would disagree with me. He wouldn't want to be that much battle-tested. But an absolutely wonderful game to watch. Easy for us up here to call. We got the game out of Central Columbia. Minus Coombe got some points late, but I was surprised they held him. Good job by Bam. But district playoff basketball action at its best. And again, that slow first quarter always seems to be a tradition at the district level and at the state level.
And Central Columbia now will play Mount Carmel in a consolation game. If they win, they will advance to the state tournament. They take 3 teams out of
and then I would be surprised if Central didn't win. They're a solid basketball
very
team.
solid team. 17-7 now on the year. Let's talk about a little bit about the scoring. Gerald Ross led the Lancers, no shock, right at his average, 18.7 he averages. He dropped 19 in and 9 rebounds.
Gerald Money Ross, I mean, he just is able to make plays when they're most needed, do the things to get his team and to win in advance. I mean, that's what happened tonight. Gerald is one of those guys that when the money's on the line, he always answers the call.
Absolutely. Anthony Pastore chipped in with 13. He was held scoreless the first half. He had 11 in the third quarter, 2 in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 13. Aiden Gare, 12 points, hit 2 3-pointers. Connor Watkins, it'll only show up as 9 points, but I was watching him all night, banging around, keeping second shots alive. Kid plays his heart out. Bam Brema, again, 4 points, played a great defensive game. He was on Dominic Coombe most of the night.
Yeah, he held Dominic down, and then at the end he matched up with the big fella. The best thing that Bam did tonight, the most important thing is he kept his head. Because you and I watched it, they were allowing Jared.
There was a lot of pushing going on.
Verse to push him, shove him in between timeouts. And Bam didn't take the bait. He didn't do anything stupid and get a technical foul or get himself in trouble, and that was smart on Bam's part.
Well, speaking of Jared Verse, he led the Blue Jays, led all scorers in the game, 23 points, 8 rebounds for the 6'5" senior, a monstrous dunk in the first half. He's played a great game, Jim.
Isn't that fun when somebody dunks in a high school basketball
absolutely.
game? I mean, that was the opposing team, and CI and Jeff would say, you're out of your mind, Webby, But that was, let's go back. He goes up 2 hands, is going to throw it down. Bam gets up and rejects him. Don't see that every night in a high school. Then he gets Bam at the rim on a block, and in between there we get a thunderous dunk. I mean, good stuff.
You know, they say they were going at it like a dentist and a carpenter, tooth and nail, Jim.
Well, that's a good way to put it, Paul.
Dylan Harris, excuse me, I was saying Dylan Hines. Dylan Harris, number 21, the 6th man off the bench for the Blue Jays, dropped in 15. He hit a couple big 3-pointers in the first half. He's only a sophomore, 5'11" guard. This future is really bright on this Blue Jays team. Trey Devlin, the senior guard, 6 points. Eli Morrison, they kept him under wraps. He didn't shoot much. The last time this team played, he was shooting 3-pointers like they were going out of style. He had 2.
He's another sophomore. So
Dominic Coombe, the senior, 6'3" senior, headed off to play baseball at St. John's in the fall. Only 9 points. Great defense by Bam. Connor Watkins was on him a little bit. They really held him in check, and in the end, Loyalsock wins 59-57. The district final is set for Saturday at a time and a place to be determined.
And we're going to have the district final. Webb Weekly Live, Hoopers Only TV. We're going to bring the district final. It's going to be a doubleheader. It's going to be Loyalsock girls and boys. We need the site, which will be determined. It looks like it might be Montoursville now. And it'll just be a matter if we live stream it or delay it. And for you folks out there, that I would love to live stream any game, but a funny thing happens on the way to the ballpark. You get to district play and they want $800 a game to live stream them. Then you get on into states. And again, you and I know that $800 is, $200 or $300, yeah, but $800 is a lot of bucks. So we'll make that determination. Either way, we'll have the game. The district finals for Loyalsock boys and girls. Wellsboro is much improved.
Yeah, we saw Wellsboro on the opening night of the season of the Webb Weekly tip-off tournament.
How long ago does that seem?
Oh, man, that seemed like it was an eternity ago. The diving horse was a pony, like my dad used to say. and Loyalsock blew them out by 40 points.
Yes.
But they were missing 3 guys, injuries from football. They are all back now. They're led by Brandon Tuttle. I remember that name.
Sophomore, right? Or no, he was the bigger guy.
He was the bigger guy. The sophomore guard was Joseph Grab.
Yes.
A little short guy.
Well, you got a good memory.
I read Doc Massey's column. Give credits to Doc Massey. But anyway, it's a final score here from Shamokin, 59-57. Sock advances to the final. We'll see you all Saturday night.
Everybody's talking about Chaos, the brand new Chaos Fun Zone, fun for the entire family, featuring 40 arcade games, laser tag, 12 brand spanking new boutique bowling lanes, indoor trampoline at Fly World, plus slam dunk hoops, dodgeball court, perfect for birthday parties and corporate events. Great food, fun, and all the games for the entire family. Chaos Fun Zone.